Hello there, my name is Paul McVeigh, and I'm here to read to you from my novel called The Good Son, which is set in Ardoyne, about 1980 roughly, it doesn't say exactly, and it's in the mind of a 10-year-old boy who's at Holy Cross Boys, and it's the last day of primary school, in fact, and he's about to leave. I hope you enjoy it. I was born the day the troubles started. Wasn't I, ma, says me. It was you that started them, son, said she, and we all laugh. Well, except our Paddy. I put that down to his pimples and his general ugliness. It must be hard to be happy when you've a face like that. I almost feel sorry for him. I spy a dirty big love bite on his neck, and I store this ammunition to defend myself against future attacks. Steamy, flowering smelling disinfectant fills my nose and joins the sweet tasting frosties in my mouth as Ma passes by with the tin bucket and yard brush. Now, my ma only cleans the yard when something's up, and that would be my da as usual. Do you want a hand, Mummy? Says me. No, son, says she, disappearing out the back. She didn't even look at me. I'm worried about her after last night. Do you want a hand? Our Paddy says in a girl's voice. You be lick, says he. I tell my mummy and you, I say. I tell my mummy and you. Our Paddy mimics me. I look at wee Maggie and give her the we just hate him, don't we look? She gives me the yes we do, he's a big fat pig look back. I was taught how to give looks by a monk on Cave Hill. I trained like a Jedi Knight. But my lightsaber was my actual face. I became Luke Skywalker. My mission, to defend all weaklings and youngest ones in families against the evil that is older brothers. Wee Maggie is now my disciple. So, to test her telepathy training, I send her, don't worry about him because he's going to be knocked down by a car, then a lorry will run over his head, making his eyes pop out. Wee Maggie smiles. She got it. I think we're actually twins, born years apart in some CIA supergenetic test tube type experiment. Paddy gets up, leaving his dirty bowl on the table like he's King Farouk. Don't leave that for Mummy, I say. Mummy's boy, says he. Shut up, you, I say. At least I don't have a dirty big love bite. Wee Maggie laugh chokes and frosties shoot from her mouth onto Paddy's jumper, just like that wee girl in The Exorcist. I saw it at the John Paul Youth Club. That's your fault, you wee gay boy. Paddy slaps me across the head. I try to kick him, but my shin hits the table leg. Paddy laughs, wiping his jumper. And you're supposed to be the smart one? Grammar school? Away on, says he. I'm better than you, Dumbo, I say. And by the way, does your girlfriend like sucking the pimples on your neck? Oh, our Paddy dives at me and trails me off the chair by the jumper. Mommy, I shout out the backyard. What? My ma screams, and the house trembles like when the bombs go off. Paddy lets go because not even Muhammad Ali would mess with our ma. Nothing, Mommy, I shout out the back. Paddy grabs his blazer from the back of the chair and heads off. I raise my eyes and eyebrows and smile at wee Maggie like victory is mine. And I laugh like the Count out of Sesame Street. There's mess on Ma's good table. I run to the sink, wet the cloth, rush back before my ma comes in and kills somebody. Somebody equals me. Even though I'm the good son in the family, I get the blame if wee Maggie does anything wrong because she's the youngest and I look after her. Wee Maggie could set me on fire and Ma would kick my head in for letting our Maggie near matches. Wiping the table, I see my reflection in the smoked glass. I look like a black baby we do collections for at school. I usually give them creamed rice. We get free tins from the community centre because we're poor and because somewhere there's this place called Food Mountain and it's made from tins of creamed rice and corned beef. I think it's in Switzerland. One day I will be president of all Ireland. I will be so kind and good. I'll bring all the black babies to Belfast where there's free food for poor people and they can live in the new houses like the ones they're building at the bottom of our street. I've only seen black people on the TV. Now, apart from the ones starving in Africa. There's ones America stole to make slaves, which isn't very nice. But at least they give them some clothes. You wouldn't be allowed to walk around America with no clothes on. Or Belfast. Maybe if you lived with the Protestants. I've only seen Protestants on the TV too. Mickey, stop spacing out, wee Maggie tugs me. You're going to be late for school. I throw the cleaning cloth in the sink and run through the living room and up the stairs. I tiptoe into my room because I don't want to wake Dad. Ma took him back in last night when he hammered the door. He brought men with him. I listened from the top of the stairs. I told Paddy I heard Dad crying and they were talking about money. The men said they would come back today. Paddy thought Dad wasn't coming back this time, but Dad always comes back. I don't know why Paddy even bothers trying to think, God bless him. I grab my school bag and run down the stairs and into the kitchen. Ma, I'm away on, I shout to the yard. Did you get washed? My ma shouts back. Aye. I look at wee Maggie through the doorway, pretend to pick my nose and wipe it on my jumper. And she laughs into her hand because she thinks like I'm like one of them from the TV, you know, like Laurel and Hardy or Abbott and Costello. We play them sometimes. She says it's not fair that we don't play any funny ones, because any girl funny ones, because, but then I said, it's not my fault that girls aren't funny. Because if they were, wouldn't there be more of them on TV? I get on my horse and I ride him, dodging the chair and the table, swerve around the half-open door into the living room, sideward round my dad's chair and past the sofa. Champion, no wonder horse, I sing, saluting the TV. I gallop out the front door, wee Maggie running after me. Don't be doing that in the street, Mickey, wee Maggie says like she's the one that looks after me. I'm not stupid, I say. Go on, you, and I push her back into the living room. The waste ground in front of the house becomes an open prairie, and the owl knocked down houses to the right are now an abandoned gold rush mining town in the Wild West. I ride champion off into the sunset. Mr. Danley, what time do you call this? Says Mr. McManus. I'm in the doorway of our class, looking down at my feet. Sorry, sir. He's a funny frigger, Mr. McManus, because he's saying that, but I know he doesn't care due to my telepathic abilities. A power like mine comes in very handy, so you know when someone's really being real. He's just pretending to be annoyed, so I'm pretending to be sorry. Go and sit down, Donnelly, Mr. McManus says. Going back to his reading. So what happened? Fartin Martin, I say, slide into my seat. Shite, says he. Well, now we're all here, Mr. McManus gives me the side eye. I thought we could have a wee competition, some creative writing 1 page in length on any subject, and there would be a small prize for the winner. If you're not taking part, you can read quietly at your desk. The room groans. Since we finished our 11 plus ages ago, it's been singing and stories, and everybody hates it. Not me. I love singing stories. I'm going to write something, but I'll have to hide it from the hard men who would love to kill me because I'm smart and I'm not hard. Thank the Lord, His Holy Mother, and the little baby Jesus, I've got my mate, Fartin Martin. Fartin is cool and hard, but not one of them. Without him, I'd have been murdered about 17 times. My dog killer. My dog killer. He is great. My dog killer is my mate. I take him walks about the street and he stays right beside my feet. Because he does what he is told and he's never ever bold. He knows what to do because he's dead cool, though he's never even been to school. He's my dog and he's the best. I bet he could even do a test. Late at night he likes to bark because he's scared in the dark. He sits in my dad's chair and he covers it with her. Then my mommy goes mad and tells me he's bad. Well, it's not one of my best ones, but it's only for fun. And are you allowed to tell lies in a poem? Because they'll all be dead jealous if I think I've got a dog, even though I haven't got one. Have those of you who are entering the competition finished, says her. Yes, sir. Everyone tuts and stares at me. and the two brainers who answered. I always get too excited about things. Why can't I just keep my big mouth shut until I get to St. Malachy's and away from these hellions at this school? Who would like to read first, Mr. McManus? I will, sir, says the blob. Everybody's looking at each other. Tutton, and least that'll distract them from me. You can always depend on the blob. He's always first with his hand up, first to offer things, and first to get his head kicked in. But I won him in the exams because I didn't get some wrong on purpose like I usually do in class. The blob clears his throat and then reads with his put-on voice of somebody not from here about the mountains and the sea and something about beauty. I mean, who talks about those kind of things in Ardoyne? You'd think he'd know by now to hide from the hard men. The Hard Men, starring Wee Twin Macaulay, Big Twin Macaulay, and co-starring Monkey Mackerlane. It's a film about stupid people, how they do bad at school and beat the shite out of everybody that's got a brain cell, coming to a cinema near you. Wee Twin Macaulay is staring at me while chewing a straw from our bottles of milk. And he must have nicked it, 'cause we haven't even had our milk yet. And that's the kind of bad thing he does. He's shooting pure hatred at me from his good eye. The other is pointing towards our display of Carrickfergus Castle. The bendy eye followed a bullet and decided not to come back. Well, so would I if I was his eye, having to look at that face in the mirror. Thank you, Mr. Campbell. That was a great effort. Well done, says Sir. Now who's next? Mr. Close, he says. Status report. Sean Close, aka Helmet Head, under observation. Moved into my street last month. Posh, therefore probably a Protestant double agent. Who's ever heard of a Kosh Catholic? He has no mates. He thinks he's great. Conclusion, I hate him. Helmet gets left alone because somebody tried to beat him up on his first day, and he kicked their head in with karate. Definitely suspicious. A Protestant child spy trained in Kung Fu? I wouldn't put it past them. This is a story called Monty the Fly, says Helmet. I snigger the loudest. Monty was from Surrey and flew Spitfires for a living. He was a short-sighted fly, so he had to wear very large spectacles. He's talking, but I can't hear. I already know how brilliant it's going to be. Some things you just know right from the word go. If it had been homework, I'd say his posh dad must have helped him. It's not enough he moved into a new house near me and into my class, but he's moving in on my action too. It's me that comes up with the brilliant stories round here. I could never think of something like that though. Never. Maybe if he didn't come from Ardoyne. Maybe if I didn't come from Ardoyne, but from a place where you're allowed to learn things. But I'm going after the summer to St. Malachy's Grammar School. Here I come, and I learn to write brilliant stories like this. He's going to win me today. I can't let him. Never let them win. I put my daughter down the back of my trousers. Toilet, sir. I stand up. You shouldn't interrupt somebody, Mr. Donnelly. It's very rude, said Sir. But I'm desperate. And I squeeze my dick like the pea is about to explode out. Like when you should have gone ages ago and it's killing you. Oh, like that, and I'm in agony. Oh, God, I'm going to die, sir. Hold on, I'm only acting. I actually believed myself that I'm that good. I should be an actor. Sir waves me out like a bored king. In the corridor, the class doors are open and the teachers look out as I rush past. At Mrs. O'Halloran's, I slow down and look in. We have a secret. Me and Mrs. O'Halloran. She looks at me and smiles. Well, if it isn't Michael Donnelly come in a moment. She coos at me like a dove. I'm in love with Mrs. O'Halloran. I was the only one she got to take her notes to Mr. McDermott. She used to call me her wee currant bun. Her wee pet, she said. She said I was different, not like the other boys. I bought her a necklace on my last day in her class. It cost one whole 50p, and it had a little gold heart, and on the back it said, I love you. Now, class, I want you to all have a look at Mr. Michael Donnelly. she says, her arm on my shoulder, making my skin fizz. He is one of, in fact, he is the finest pupil ever to come out of Holy Cross Boys. I'm completely scundered. I take a massive reddener, my face burning like a slapdash. St. Margaret's Grammar School. It doesn't surprise me at all. You see, class, this is what you can achieve at this school with hard work and determination, she beams at me. Well, it's supposed to be a secret, but I guess it doesn't matter if the wee ones know. And she's right too. I am determined. I've got a plan. Get away from the school, get smart, get to America, get rich, and bring wee Maggie and my mommy over to live with me in my penthouse. Thank you, Mrs. O'Halloran, says me in my good boy voice, to prove to her class she's right about me. You'll be sorely missed around here, she says, smiling. She whispers, make sure you come and see me before you leave today, won't you? Yes, Mrs. O'Halloran, says me, now completely on fire like a human petrol bomb. I kick the leg of her desk, smile, and speed walk out. I do want to grow up and make all my dreams come true, but mostly I just want to be back in P3 with Mrs. O'Halloran.